Hi everyone. Happy Monday. How are y'all doing tonight? Good? Great. Let's start in child's pose. Everyone spread out your fingers wide on your mat. And allow yourself to really sink down into the earth. This child's pose is our first pose of our practice, and it allows us to integrate, to step out of whatever is going on in our lives, to step into presence, step into our breath, and just to slow down our thoughts, and to literally stop and slow down. Everyone take a breath in together. Open your mouth, breathe out. Ha. Good work. Do that again, breathe in. Open your mouth, breathe out. Keep your knees out wide. And take your knees all the way to the edges of your mat and create space for yourself in this pose. And creating space on our mat and in yoga is sort of an interpretation of to get out of our own way, to give ourselves some space, to just be free, to find freedom on your mat. To step out of your thoughts. And to bring attention and awareness to your physical body. Reach your hands to the top of your mat. Straighten out your arms. Pull your shoulders away from your ears. Come onto your hands and knees, tabletop. Stack your hips right over your knees and stack your shoulders right over your wrist. Take your gaze up, cow pose, drop your belly. Take your gaze to your belly button, round your back. Push the earth away. Do that again, cow pose, take your gaze up. Cat pose, take your gaze to your belly button. Again, cow pose, close your eyes. Cat pose, keep your eyes closed. Do that again, cow pose with your eyes closed. Cat pose with your eyes closed. Begin to do these poses on your own. Allow yourself to connect your body and your breath together. Inhale as you go into cow pose. Exhale as you go into cat pose. Begin to move your hips around. I don't know if I ever took Courtney's class here. She was this older lady. She called herself Grandma. She said, move your hips around like a sexy grandma. And I was like, okay, Courtney. Yeah, and so just close your eyes and do any movements that you need. Any movements that feel right, that feel intuitive. If you need to stay in one pose longer, do that. If you need to stay in another pose longer, do that. Come back to neutral. Hug your belly up towards your lower back. Reach the crown of your head forward. And everyone add a bend into your elbows. Add some air and water into your joints to soften. Take your right leg out behind you. Point your pinky toe down towards your mat. Take your left hand out in front of you. Lift your left thumb up to the sky. Pull your chin away from your chest. Drop your hand, drop your knee to your mat. Lift your left foot up. Flex your left foot. Fire your left thigh. Hug in skin to muscle to bone. That's it, Jenna. Now extend your right hand out in front of you with your right thumb up to the sky. Spread out your fingers. Keep pressing your hand into your mat. Drop your knee, drop your hands. Lift your knees off of your mat for downward facing dog. And this time open your eyes. See the back of your mat, right between your big toes. Now that your breath is connected with your body, connect in with your drishti, with your gaze. Notice if your drishti moves around, and just bring it back. Right between your toes. Ground down your pinkies in your mat, your thumbs in your mat. That's it, Ron. Bend into your knees. Walk to the top of your mat. Ragdoll. Grab opposite elbows, forward folds. Soften your joints, especially your knees. Sway your body side to side. And this is one pose where I like just close my eyes and really sway my upper body left and right. It's an opportunity to erase. I see it like an eraser on a chalkboard. To really erase all the stuff that happened throughout the day, and to come into this practice with a clean slate. Lift all 10 toes off your mat. Spread out your toes. That's it, Jordan. And then gently place down your toes. Ground down to the four corners of your feet. Release your elbows. Separate your feet hip-width distance. Pull your inner ankles back. Hug your outer ankles down. Halfway lift. Press your hands into your shins. Do the same thing. Pull your inner ankles back, outer ankles down. Hug your belly in. Now everyone pull your upper arm bones up towards the ceiling. Forward folds. Again, halfway lift. Press your hands into your shins. Lengthen through your spine. Reach the crown of your head forward. Forward folds. Mountain pose. Reach up. Extended mountain pose. Take your hands down next to you with your palms facing forward. Pull your chin away from your chest. Open your eyes. Connect to the front of the room, your drishti. Take a moment to come into true north alignment. Start from your feet. Lift all 10 toes. Press down through the four corners of your feet into the earth. Hug your outer shins in. Yeah, this will begin to engage your thighs. Squeeze your leg muscles together. Hug your belly up and in. Now draw your lower ribs together as you pull your upper arm bones back. Finally, reach the crown of your head towards the ceiling. Now, true north. This is true north. This is how we show up in all of our poses. Engage from all the way from the ground towards the ceiling. Reach your hands up to the sky. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Mountain pose with your palms next to you. True north. From the ground up. Feel it underneath your feet, your mat. Connect with the earth. Hug into center. Lift up and radiate out through your fingertips, through your toes, to the crown of your head. Extended mountain pose with your arms up to the sky. Take your hands to heart center. Close your eyes. Breathe in. Open your mouth, breathe out. Ha. Let's begin our practice together with one Om. Take a breath in. Get your hands up. Forward fold over your legs. Reach the crown of your head towards your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Reach the crown of your head forward. Forward fold. Reach the crown of your head down. Halfway lift. Reach the crown of your head forward. Now lengthen through your spine. Push your tailbone back. Step back, downward facing dog. Ground down, all 10 knuckles into your mat. Pull your shoulders away from your ears. That's it, Jordan. Lift your tailbone towards the ceiling. Yeah, and that's how these poses work. All of our body parts are working together to create the pose. So there's not just one thing happening. We're relying on our hands to press the earth away from us. We're relying on the power in our legs. Squeeze your thighs together. Hug your outer shins in towards center. Now lift your belly up and in. Child's pose. Come back down to your mat. Reconnect to the earth. Push your forehead into your mat. Take your forehead side to side. Remove the rocks that are holding you back. That are weighing you down, that are making things difficult. Instead, find ease. And set an intention for this practice to be of ease, of lightness, of grace, tranquility. Take a breath in. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Soften your joints, soften your knees and your elbows. Step your feet to the top of your mat. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Mountain pose. Reach your hands towards the sky. Extend to the crown of your head. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Downward facing dog. Press down through your fingertips to lift your tailbone up. Bend your knees. Step to the top of your mat. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Extended mountain pose, rise up. Press down through your feet. Hug your core in. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Step back, downward facing dog. Separate your feet hip-width distance. Begin to fire your legs up. Hug your outer shins in. Squeeze your thighs together to engage your core. Bend your knees. Take your gaze to the top of your mat. Step to the top of your mat. Halfway lift. Forward folds. Extended mountain pose. Arms to the sky. Forward folds. Halfway lift. Downward facing dog. Come forward, high push-up. Take your shoulders right over your wrists. Drop your knees down to your mat. Spread out your fingers wide. Reach the crown of your head forward by pulling your chin away from your chest. Add a little bend to your elbows, Claire. That's it. A little water into your joints to soften. Hug your belly up and in. Downward facing dog. Lift your knees off of your mat. Come forward, high push up. Drop your knees again to your mat. Keep pressing your hands down into the earth. Find the connection of your belly to your core. Pull your shoulders away from your ears. That's it, Catherine. And the moment you start shaking and moving, that's the work. It's your muscles building. Downward facing dog. Lift your knees up. Breathe in. Exhale. Come forward, a high push-up. Now high push-up. That's it, Megan. Drop your knees. Lift your belly. I always want to say lift your pupak. That's belly for check. We say that in my family all the time. I've like stopped myself from saying that. Lift your belly button up and in. And this time lift your knees off of your mat. Fire up your thighs. And be in ease with this pose, with this high push-up. Straighten your arms, and now just add a little bend into your elbows. Come forward, stack your shoulders over your wrists. Hug your elbows in towards your body and bend your elbows lower all the way down to your mat. Take your right cheek to your mat. Take your left cheek to your mat. Take your chin to center. Bring your thumbs right next to your lowest rib. Baby cobra with a bend into your elbows. Peel your chest off of your mat. Plug the tops of your toes into the earth. Downward facing dog. Push all the way back. Breathe in. Open your mouth. Breathe out. Bring your right foot up to the sky. Straighten your right leg. And kick through the wall, the physical wall behind you, or just the wall. The rocks, the bricks, whatever is holding you back, kick through it with your right foot. Drop your right foot down. Take your left foot up to the sky. Straighten your left leg. That's it, Claire. Turn your left pinky toe towards your mat, Devin, the opposite way. That's it. Now straighten your leg. Awesome. Drop your foot down. Step your feet to the top of your mat. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Chair pose. Bring your big toes to touch. Squeeze your thighs together. Tuck your butt under to lift your heart up. And that's a very important part of this pose. A lot of times what happens is our chest begins to lower down towards our thighs. Instead, we want our chest up, just like we were earlier in mountain pose. It's the same pose as mountain pose, as our true north, except with a bend into our knees. So from your feet up, build this pose. From the ground up, build. Lift all 10 toes off of your mat. Hug your outer shins in to center. Hug everything into center. Lift your heart up. Forward fold down. Halfway lift. Step back to your high push-up. Spread out your fingers. Drop your knees to your mat. Hug your elbows in as you lower all the way down to your mat. Baby cobra, pull your heart up. Downward facing dog. Set your drishti between your feet. Warrior one, right side. Step your right foot to the top of your mat. Everyone take your hands to your hips. Lunge into your right knee. Yeah, that just means to stack your right knee over your ankle. Pull your right hip back with your right hands. Press your left hip forward with your left hands. Now take your hands up to the sky. Press the outer edge of your left foot into your mat so you're fully rooted down with both of your feet. Take cactus arms, bend your elbows. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Spread out your fingers. Breathe in. Hands to your mat. Step back, downward facing dog. Warrior one, left side. Take your hands to your hips. Yeah, both feet are grounded down into your mat. Your left foot is pressing into the earth with your left toe pointing to 12 o'clock. Press the outer edge of your right foot down. Pull your left hip back. Bring your right hip forward. Cactus arms. Or cactus hands. I don't know. Arms or hands? Arms. Spread out your fingers. Now, cactus hands would be like the thorns. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Reach the crown of your head up. Hands to your mat. Downward facing dog. Flow back. Breathe in. Breathe out. Bend your knees. Step to the top of your mat. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Chair pose. Squeeze your thighs together. Reach the crown of your head up. Forward folds. Drop the crown of your head towards your mat. Halfway lift. Reach the crown of your head forward. Step back, high push up. Drop down onto your knees. Low push up. Baby cobra. Lift your heart with your elbows bent. Downward facing dog. Warrior one, right side. Hands to your hips. Press down through your feet. And now reach your hands up all the way to the sky. Extend. Knit your lower rib together. Hands to your mat, downward facing dog. Flow like water with your breath. Warrior one, left side. Hands to your hips to get some earth and to ground down. And once you're grounded, reach your hands all the way up. Pull your upper arm bones back. Hands to your mat. Downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Exhale. Bend your knees. Step to the top. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Chair pose, sit low. Forward folds. Halfway lift. Downward facing dog. This time come into high push-up with your knees off of your mat. Knees lifted. Bring awareness to your thighs. Squeeze your thighs in to skin, to muscle, to bone. And Jordan, come a little forward. Press the soles of your feet back. That's it. Awesome, Kelly. Pull your chin away from your chest. This time, lower halfway down. Hug your elbows next to your sides of your body. Upward facing dog. Plant the tops of your feet. Lift your thighs up. Pull your upper arm bones back. Downward facing dog. Go back. Crescent lunge, right side. Yeah, so what's different in crescent lunge than warrior one? Back foot, yes. Back foot is lifted. Your left foot is lifted off of your mat. So lift your left heel up towards the sky. Press the sole of your left foot back towards the back of the room. Take your hands back to your hips. Take your knee all the way over your ankle, your right knee. Reach your hands up. Take your hands to heart center. Twist to the right. Hook your left elbow outside of your right knee. Press your palms together. And spread out your fingers. And there's a lot of power, or leverage is the better word, to tap into by pressing our hands together. Really allows us to open up, or allows you to open up in your chest, to twist open deeper. Keep lifting your left heel away from your mat. Come back to crescent lunge. Reach your hands up. Take your hands to your mat. Step back to high push-up. Spread out your fingers. Separate your feet hip-width distance. Lift your core away from the floor. Come forward, low push-up. Hug your elbows in. Upward facing dog. Reach the crown of your head up to the sky. Take your gaze forward. Downward facing dog. Crescent lunge, left side. Hands to your hips. Press down through your left foot. Lift your left toes off of your mat. Press the sole of your right foot back. Now press into my hand, Amy. To fire up your thigh. That's it. Now reach your hands all the way up to the sky. Stack your knee over your ankle. Catherine, now go forward. Take your hands to heart center and keep your knee where it is to twist to the left. Yeah, and I find yoga to be so interesting because there's so much going on in one pose. And it's like that throughout the day. There's so much going on. And it's really about finding equanimity, about doing all the things at once and staying focused and staying present and allowing for things to get messy too. And when things get messy, just come back to center. Pull it in. Come back to equanimity, equilibrium. Crescent lunge. Reach up. Reach your hands all the way to the sky. Hands to your mat. Step your left foot back to high push-up. Fire up your thighs. Yeah, lift your thighs away from your mat run. That's it. Come forward, low push-up. Hug your elbows in towards your side bodies. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Take your right foot up to the sky. Straighten your right leg. Bend your knee, open your hip. Press the sole of your right foot over to the left wall. Keep both of your hands grounded down into the earth. Drop your right foot down. Take your left foot up. Bend your knee, open up your hip. Take your left foot down to your mat. Warrior two, right side. Step your right foot forward. Take your gaze over your right fingertips. And everyone take a look back to your left fingertips. Bring them in line with your right. Body awareness. Now take a look at your right knee. Stack it over your right ankle. Pull your right knee towards your right pinky toe. Bring your drishti to the front of the room. Extended side angle lunge. Place your right elbow onto your right thigh. Take your left hand straight up to the sky. Spread out your left fingertips. Spread out your right fingertips. Pull your right shoulder back. Pull your left shoulder back. Warrior two. Cartwheel your hands to your mat. Step back, high push up. Hold here. Spread out your fingers. Lift your thighs up. Take another breath in. Stay for the exhale. Breathe in. Downward facing dog. Warrior two, left side. Bring your left foot forward. Squeeze your shoulders together. And take up space on your mat. Step your left foot forward. Step your right foot back. Extended side angle lunge. Press your left elbow into your thigh. So there's like intention there to really press your elbow into your thigh and your thigh back into your elbow. So you're extending your side bodies. Just like this pose is called, extended side angle lunge. You're extending both of your side bodies, finding length, finding space in your ribs, and reaching to the crown of your head all the way to the front of the room. From the outer edge of your right foot, press down, fire up your right thigh, extend out. Warrior two. High push up. Stay here. Build a pose from the ground up. Spread out your fingers. Press your thumbs into your mat. Fire up your thighs. Claire, lift your thighs up. Hug your outer shins in towards center. And so squeeze me. Take a breath in and keep squeezing in. Breath out. Breathe in. Downward facing dog. Child's pose. Now notice what you're making difficult. Come back to your intention of ease. And I make so much difficult in my life. Sometimes I do it just for drama, just for the added effect, which is not good. I don't want you to do that. Sometimes I just do it because it's a default to make things difficult. And there's so many opportunities to make things easier. I notice in my own life that just a little bit of planning ahead of time makes things roughly 10 times easier in the long run. Notice where you can drop the drama, where you can drop the hardship, where you can drop your story, to invite in a sense of ease. And it's work. Ease doesn't just come to us. We have to work for it. To invite it in, to plan for it, to make space for it. Just like this child's pose. This is available to you at any time, and not only in this class, in any class at Free to Be, in any class that you ever go to in yoga. Any time throughout the day, even when you're not in class, you can take a break. You can relax. Downward facing dog. Add a bend into your knees. Make this pose easier for yourself. Step your feet to the top of your mat. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Rise up. Mountain pose. Eagle pose, right side. Take your right foot over. Take your right arm under. Squeeze your thighs together. Pull your shoulders back. Pull your entire arms back. Your entire chest back. Imagine a wall behind you that you're pressing into. Mountain pose. Eagle pose, left side. Left arm under your right arm. Left leg over your right leg. Reach your elbows to the height of your shoulders. Pull your shoulders back. Lift the crown of your head up. Mountain pose. Dancer's pose, right side. Everyone put your right hand out next to you, like you're asking your mom for some money. Take your left hand up to the sky. Grab the inside of your right foot. Kick your hand or your foot into your hand. And everyone focus on the sole of your right foot, pressing up towards the ceiling. Lift your left hand up to the sky. So your heart stays lifted in this pose. Think of true north alignment that we started off with in class. Press down to your left foot. Hug your core in. Knit your lowest ribs together. Reach to the crown of your head towards the ceiling. Dancer's pose, left side. Come back to mountain pose for a moment of grounding, and then go. Hug your left knee towards your right knee. That's it, Megan. Drop your jaw. Drop your face. Some serious faces tonight. Kick your foot into your hands. And pull your left shoulder to the front of the room. You got it, Amy. Release. Shake it out. Tree pose, right side. Place your right foot above or below your left knee. Start with your hands at heart center. Press your foot into your leg and your leg back into your foot, wherever your foot is at. If it's on your shin, up in your thigh. Reach your hands all the way up to the sky. Think of your true north. Come back to this powerful way of being. Extend your arms up to the sky. Take your upper arms right next to your ears and pull your shoulders away from your ears. That's it, Patrice. Take your hands to heart center. Step or place your right foot onto your mat. Tree pose, left side. Ujjayi breath. Ujjayi breath just means breathing in through your nose and breathing out through your nose. Set your dristi. And begin to flow even in this, what seems like a still pose. There's movement in tree pose, just like there's movement in a tree. There's flowing energy from the roots, through the trunk, through the leaves, through the branches. Constant energy flowing. And there's growth happening. And even if it's small, it's still happening. Mountain pose. Reach your hands up. Forward fold. Reach the crown of your head towards your mat. Halfway lift. Add a bend into your knees. Press the soles of your feet down into the earth. Step back to downward facing dog. Warrior two, right side. Triangle pose, right side. Straighten your right leg. Take your hand to a block outside of your right foot. Or you can take your hand to your shin, even up to your thigh, for extra opening and space. Bring your gaze up towards your left fingertips. This is our grounding sequence. Bring awareness to your feet. Lift all 10 toes up. Spread all 10 toes wide. So you're grounding down to the four corners of your feet, so much that your kneecaps lift up towards your thighs. Hug your belly up and in. Warrior two, rise up. Flip your palm. Reverse your warrior. Take your left hand down your left leg. Take your right hand all the way to the back of the room. Cartwheel your hands to your mat. Downward facing dog. Step back. Warrior two, left side. Triangle pose, left side. Straighten your left leg. Play with your stance. If you need to widen your stance along your mat, do that. If you need to shorten your stance, try that on as well. This is free to be, so free to be in your own pose, in your own practice, in your own stage of life, wherever you're at. Freedom is the theme. And then just be in that freedom. Ground down to your feet. Begin to squeeze your thighs together. Feel your feet pull together towards center without them actually moving. Hug your belly in. Lift your heart up. Warrior two. Flip your palms. Reverse your warrior. Take your right hand down your right leg. Keep bending into your left knee. Hands to your mat, downward facing dog. Drop down onto your knees. Yeah, just like you're standing, but on your knees. So everyone come up. Press your knees into your mat. Take your hands to your lower back with your fingertips pointing up or down. I like to point mine up because it's a reminder of my heart going up. Camel pose. Press your thighs forward and lift your heart up. And keep lifting your heart up even as you're going back. Walk your gaze up the ceiling and then back to the wall behind you. Push your thighs forward. That's it, Amy. Awesome, Chelsea. Lift your heart. Slowly release into your tabletop. Shoulders stacked on top of your wrist. Downward facing dog. Step your feet through your hands. Come onto your back. Recline butterfly. Press the soles of your feet together. Take one hand to your heart, the other hand to your belly. Bridge pose. Press your feet into your mat. Take your ankles right underneath your knees. Clasp your hands underneath your back. Lift your thighs up towards the ceiling. Yeah, so your hips are lifted off of your mat. Keep pressing down into your feet. Lift all 10 toes. And feel your heels pull back towards your butt. Come down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Bridge pose. Lift up. Keep pressing into your feet to lift your thighs up higher towards the ceiling. Pull your chin away from your chest. Come down. bridge or wheel pose. If wheel pose is in your practice, take your hands by your ears. If you're going for bridge, just lift up like you were and press down to your feet. If you're in wheel pose, press down to your hands and your feet. Spread out your fingers, Jordan. Bring your big toes in. Come down. Supta Baddha Konasana, reclined butterfly. Take a moment to breathe in, a moment to let it go. Bring your feet up to the sky. Press the soles of your feet to the sky. Drop your right foot down. Press your left foot up to the sky. Press your right foot forward. Everyone lift your right foot 2 inches off of your mat. Switch your legs. Drop your left foot 2 inches off of your mat. Switch. Keep extending through the soles of your feet and switch and drop your foot only 2 inches away from the earth. As you lift your opposite foot up to the sky. Hug your lower belly down towards your mat and keep switching. And speed up the pace. You can take your hands behind your head or underneath your lower back. Go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug your knees into your chest. Take your hands behind your head. Flex your feet. Bicycles. Take your right elbow to your left knee and stay here. Kick your right foot out in front of you and drop your right foot 2 inches off of your mat. Now take your left elbow to your right knee. Extend your left foot out. Take your knee or your foot 2 inches off of your mat. Switch. Switch. Switch and go at your own pace. Yeah, breathe big. Keep flexing your feet. Speed it up. Go for 20 more at your own pace. Keep your elbows out wide. Bring in ease. And kick out whatever rocks are in front of you. Kick through. Push your energy to push the bad energy away. The toxic energy away. Kick it out. Once you've done your 20, hug your knees into your chest. Rock and roll up and down your mat. Come into downward facing dog. Take your right foot to the sky. Drop it down. Take your left foot to the sky. Drop it down. Take your right foot outside of your right hand. Now take your left foot outside of your left hand. Malasana. Now yogi squat. Press your hands together. Take your feet out as wide as they need to be. And find true north. Press down to your feet. Lift the crown of your head up. And this pose is a hip opener. There's opening happening. Breathe in to that space. And when it gets uncomfortable, invite in ease. This opening allows us to really break away the parts of us that no longer serve us. So that way we can restore and we can be born new again, whole again, without any cracks, without any flaws. Whole again, that you're enough. You need to be nothing more. Slowly release. Come onto your butt. And roll down onto your back. Bring your legs up to the sky, your feet up to the sky. Take a block underneath your sacrum. Allow the blood to flow from your feet towards your head to reverse the flow of blood. To bring in new energy. Shavasana. Take your feet out wide. Extend your arms out wide with your palms facing up. Relax with what is. Totally surrender to what is. Deepen your breath. Bring this new life back into your body, in your fingers, your toes. Feel the lightness in your heart, surrounding your heart. Feel the space that you created. Hold on to your right side. Come to a seated position with your hands at heart center, your eyes closed. We'll end our practice together with one Om. Take a breath in. Take your hands to your forehead center. Acknowledge yourself for the work that you did and the ease that you're creating, not only on your mat tonight, but in all parts of your life. Together we bow and say, Namaste. Thanks everyone for coming tonight. Hope you'll have a great rest of your Monday nights and a good, fulfilling, awesome week. You're welcome.